what do we have here? We have water from the coupled aquaponic, where the fish and plants are connected together, and water from the aquaculture system, just fish. In my other video, I've shown you that this water here is a lot more darker, meaning has more, floating solids and waste floating in the water. Because that's the beauty of aquaponic system, is that the media bed cleans that water, especially here, traps a lot of those solids, and then the water is much clearer for the fish. Luckily, tilapia can tolerate murky water, high, low temperature, crowded population, all this, so they're fine. Now back to my question, why are these similar? This is supposed to be a lot darker because yesterday I replaced 180 gallon out of the 320, almost like 60% of the water. I replaced it and I added fresh water. I wanted to count and weigh the fish, and I thought this would be the time to clean most of that water. The pH was becoming 5, like just imbalanced because too crowded, too much waste. The waste sitting in the water, contributes to the pH dropping. So I thought this is an opportunity to add fresh water to kind of clean up the system. Of course, one way to clean the system is to use the filter, the bead filter, and I flush it, but I flush it twice a week. Maybe if you flush it once a day, it will work better, but for my needs, twice a week is fine. You have to find what works for you, depending on the size of the system and how often you feed it. I am feeding it every other day. I used to feed them twice a day, every day. So you can imagine that's when I used to flush it every day. But once a day, every other day, twice a week is enough, but still not enough because the water was murky. So once in a while, you should consider turning off the system and flushing the water out. Now, if you are working with an aquaponic system, follow me. If you are working with an aquaponic system where the plants and the fish are working together, anytime you want to work with water drainage, like you have to shut down the water pump and close this valve at the bottom of the fish tank. That's the water that's going out of the fish tank. Even if you shut off the water pump, by gravity, the water will continue to flow. So you have to shut this off. So you want to weigh the fish, you want to drain the tank to clean it, you want to, remove the fish to weigh them and count them, and that's a good time to, clean the inside of the tank from algae or whatever. You must close this valve, otherwise by gravity all the water will go to some tank and will overflow. Then you have to replace, it's just not right. So remember, anytime you want to work with the system, flushing, whatever, close this valve. One time I had to shut the system down to open the valve on the bead filter to clean it from the inside. You have to shut this valve off. Okay, that's unplug the water pump and close the valve, and trust me, you will thank me for it later. I've done the mistake, don't repeat my mistake. Instead of, let's say you have to add 20 gallons, you end up having to add 100 gallons because of all that overflow, wasted water that you should not have lost.